Well, I have contents to my first settings, and here I would like to contents the second settings here. Okay, and here is third setting. Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela Santa, and I am here with you. Accordance with titles, yes. Today we are roasting Nabi Sinha in the topic of the definition of feminism. And now today's keyword is CIA versus Iranian terrorist. Well, CIA means Central Intelligence Agency, and Intelligence Agency is the intelligence agency of United States of America. Hence, today's we are talking about the points definition of feminism accordance with United States of America versus Iranian terrorist. Now let's talk about the points. Okay, now let's see. First of all, and why I am talking the points of the definition of feminism. Here is the journey at the moment. Okay. Now let's see where is the points. The points is here. Okay. Now here I will talk about the points. The what is the opinion of feminist points? Here we can see. Here Nabi Sinha says that here the if feminists hate men, that she hates misogynists, because accordance with Nabi Sinha, the hates means rape, murder, something like that. And now here what is going on her points? Here we can see her point is if feminist hates men or not. Here is question marks, and her video is about misogyny is hate and origin of abuse and crime. Misandry is just a response. Okay. And now here we are talking about the points that what is the definition of feminism accordance with the points between uh, United States of America versus Iranian terrorist. Okay. First of all, here we can talk about the points. Here is the probable date, December 25, 2020, when John Ratcliffe was CIA misogynist director of Central Intelligence Agency of United States of America. He was dedicated to eliminate the Iranian terrorist leaders Ali Khamenei. And now, today we contains Tulsi Gabbard at the March 1st, 2026. Tulsi Gabbard is CIA Toxic Feminist Director, and we have contents doubt if she is dedicated to eliminate Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei or protect and invite Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei or not. I don't know. Okay. First of all, so here we can see when the topic about the United States of America versus Iranian terrorist, here I would mention that here I would mention what is definition of feminism. Okay, uh, let me talk about the definition of feminism. Feminism is an ideology to hate a particular gender to be patriotic, to protect the sovereignty of United States of America. And that means here we can see if an CIA agent is man or transgender, uh, and he was protect, and he is patriotic to protect the sovereignty of United States of America. Feminism is the ideology to provide hate speech against the man or transgender to be CIA agent who is dedicated to protect the sovereignty of United States of America. Well, on the other hand, so here we can see feminism supports those particular gender, it can be man or women or transgender, who is dedicated to destroy the sovereignty of United States of America. This is the definition of feminism. And here we can see that how feminism works as her own definitions. Okay. Now let's see the significant moments. And here we can see December 25th, 2020, John Ratcliffe, the CIA misogynist director of United States of America. You are man and woman. Okay, I contains natural sperm. You can now you can calculate if I am man or not. Okay. Now here we can see the CIA John Ratcliffe. I apologize. John Ratcliffe, the CIA misogynist director, is to eliminate the Iranian terrorist leaders Ali Khamenei in the date of December 25, 2020. His departure is New York, the United States of America, and he has to arrive in Tehran, Iran. His flying distance is 10,000 kilometers and his flying time is 1 second. Well, half of weight of F-16E plane was 10 to the power 5 kilograms. Okay. Now let's talk about the points. Now let's assume both of CIA agent like John Ratcliffe and Tulsi Gabbard was dedicated to eliminate Iranian terrorist leader Ali Khamenei. But here I would say that how feminism works as her own definitions. Well, here the flying distance between New York, the United States of America, and Tehran, Iran was 10,000 kilometers. When John Ratcliffe contains the velocity of 10,000 kilometers per second, Tulsi Gabbard contains the velocity of 1 kilometer per hour. Say hi. Okay, salam. And now here we can say that here I can mention that what is the definition of feminism as I can explain. Okay. Now let's check it the points. Well, here the distance between United States of New York, the United States of America, and Tehran, the city of Iran, is 10,000 kilometers. Well, the definition of feminism is and here the mission is to eliminate Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Here the definition of feminism is the ideology to spread hate against the particular gender to be CIA agent who contains F-16 plane with the velocity of 10,000 kilometer per second. Uh, Here, as an example, feminism always hates John Radcliffe, the CIA agent, to contains the F-16 cars, I mean F-16 plane, fighter plane, with the velocity of 10,000 kilometer per second. Because when the velocity is 10,000 kilometer per second, here we can see departure is John Radcliffe would depart from New York, the city of United States of America, at March 1st, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock at the New York Times, and he would arrive on where he would arrive on Tehran, Iran, at the New York Times, March 1st, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock was second first. And with the travel flying distance of 10,000 kilometers, and he would eliminate the Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. And in that point, Ali Khamenei contains no points. Ali Khamenei contains no time to preparations to escape from CIA man agent John Radcliffe. CIA man agent John Radcliffe and CIA women, or neither Ali Khamenei could contest the time to prepare against the CIA man agent John Radcliffe. Hence, that Ali Khamenei could fight against John Radcliffe. But in the same times, why feminism loves Tulsi Gabbard when Tulsi Gabbard was dedicated to eliminate Iranian terrorist leader Ali Khamenei? Here I can provide the points. Well, feminism always loved the particular gender to be CIA agent to contains F-16 fighter plane with the velocity of 1 kilometer per hour. And here, that is the significant disruptions, because when F-16 fighter plane would contain the velocity of 1 kilometer per hour, but flying distance is 10,000 kilometers between New York, the city of United States of America, and Tehran, the capital city of Iran. Here, Tulsi Gabbard would depart on March 1st, 2026 at morning 6 o'clock. But here he would arrive Tehran, Iran at almost 2 years, 3 months, 11 days, 4 hours later. That means, what is the 2 years later, 2 years before March 1st, 2026? 2 years later, it would be March 1st, 2028. 3 months, it would be July 1st, 2026. July 1st, 2028. And that means here we can see Tulsi Gabbard would arrive on Tehran, Iran in July 11th, 2028 at morning 8 o'clock when she would depart from New York at the time of March 1st, 2026 at the morning 6 o'clock. Well, in the time of 2 years, 3 months, 11 days, 4 hours, it is the probable time, it is the enough time for Ali Khomeini to prepare to fight against Tulsi Gabbard, the CIA feminist agent. Or I would say that it is the best preparation time for Ali Khomeini to attack the United States of America. And it is the significant moments at the points. Okay, and now here we can say the significant moments. We can mention it. Now, in the velocities here, when John Radcliffe was the CIA misogynist director, he contains the F-16 fighter plane with the velocity of 10,000 km per second. But when Tulsi Gabbard became CIA toxic feminist director, she contains the F-16 fighter plane with the velocity of 1 km per hour, where is 10,000 km per second and where is 1 km per hour. Here we can contain the significant velocity has been decreased, and that is the advantage for Ali Khomeini when Tulsi Gabbard became the CIA toxic feminist. Okay. It is the velocity disadvantage for United States of America. Now, travel time disadvantage for United States of America, I would mention. When John Radcliffe was CIA misogynist director, when the flying distance is 10,000 kilometers between New York, the city of United States of America, and arrival is Tehran, Iran. John Radcliffe, the CIA misogynist director, has to travel 10,000 kilometers in 1 second. But when Tulsi Gabbard became CIA toxic feminist director, F-16 fighter planes can travel 10,000 kilometers in 2 hours, 3 months, 11 days, 4 hours. Now, where is 10,000 kilometers in 1 second and where is 10,000 kilometers in 2 years, 3 months, 1 hour, 11 days, 4 hours? That is the significant disadvantage for United States of America. On the other hand, it is the significant advantage for Iranian terrorist Ali Khomeini to get a proper preparation time to attack on United States of America. Okay. And it is the significant difference we could mention at the points. Okay. Now here I would mention the points. It is the significant points. How? Well, here we can, and here I can mention the definition of feminism. The definition of feminism is the ideology to hate a particular gender, to be CIA director, to contain F-16 fighter plane with the velocity of 10,000 km per second, and the ideology to respect and love the particular gender, to be CIA agent, to contains F-16 fighter plane with the velocity of 1 kilometer per hour. And the sentence, if we can discuss about the definition of feminism in the perception of flying distance with 10,000 kilometers. Here, feminism is the definition of feminism is that feminism is the ideology to hate a particular gender to be CIA agent uh, containing F-16 fighter planes that can travel 10,000 kilometers in 1 second, and the ideology to love and respect the particular gender to be CIA agent containing F-16 plane that can travel 10,000 kilometers in 2 hours, 3 months, 11 days, 4 hours. Now here I can mention that how feminism is the anti-nationalisms, as we can say the points. Well, here we have discussed about velocity, and we have discussed about the travel time in the same page. But now we would discuss about the kinetic powers. Okay? And now here we can say what is the discussion of the kinetic powers. It is the significant discussion at the moment. Well. And now here we can see the it is the significant points at the significant journeys. Here we can see when John Radcliffe was the CIA Misogynist director in December 25, 2020. Here, kinetic power of F-16 plane was 10 trillion megawatts. And now, here we can say about when Tulsi gave, well, here we can mention about, just wait and watch. Okay. Now, when Tulsi Gabbard became CIA toxic feminist directors, well, her F-16 plane contains kinetic planes of kinetic planes was 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatts. And here we can say how I can calculate the here is my point that how I can calculate the kinetic powers between our misogynist CIA director John Radcliffe and the feminist CIA director Tulsi Gabbard. Here we can say the points. When John Radcliffe was CIA misogynist director in 25th in December 25th, 2020, here he contains the F-16 fighter planes that can travel 10,000 kilometers in 1 second. Now, we know that the equations of kinetic plane is half of weight of F-16 fighter planes multiplied by flying distance square divided by flying time cube. That is the equation of kinetic powers. Because we know the kinetic energy of F-16 fighter plane is half of weight of F-16 fighter planes multiplied by distance flying distance square divided by flying time squares, and the kinetic powers of F-16 fighter planes is kinetic energy of existing fighter planes divided by flying time time. And it is the points. And now here we could observe that when John Radcliffe, the CIA misogynist director, contains F-16 fighter planes that can travel 10,000 kilometers in 1 second. Here we could see that flying time is 1 second. And as a calculation of kinetic parts, we observe that flying time is flying time squares equal to flying time cube equal to flying time to the power 7 equal to flying time to the power triple six. It was possible just because 1 is equal to 1 square equal to 1 cube equal to 1 to the power 7 equal to 1 to the power triple six because the value is 1. Hence, here we can see the equation of kinetic power of F-16 fighter planes becomes half of weight of F-16 fighter planes multiplied by flying distance squares. Now here what is the flying distance? Flying distance is 10,000 kilometers. What is 10,000 kilometers? That is 10 to the power 7 meters. And what is the points? What is half of weight of F-16 fighter planes? That is here 100,000 kilograms. That means 10 to the power 5 kilograms. Now let's see. What is flying distance square? That is 10 to the power 7 square meter square. What is 10 to the power 7? That is 10 to the power 14. What is the multiplication between 10 to the power 5 and 10 to the power 14? That is 10 to the power 19. Oh, well, now here is the observations that what is 10 to the power 18 watt? That is 1 quintillion watt. What is 1 quintillion watt? That is 1 trillion megawatt. Here we can observe that 10 to the power 19 watt is 10 trillion megawatts. That is the kinetic powers of F-16 fighter planes owned by CIA misogynist director John Radcliffe in May 25th, 2020. But now, here we can see Tulsi Gabbard is now CIA toxic feminist director. Tulsi Gabbard in March 1st, 2026. Now, what is the scenario of kinetic powers? Okay, the scenario of kinetic powers, here I can mention that Tulsi Gabbard containing F-16 fighter planes velocity is 1 kilometer per hour. But here the flying distance is 10,000 kilometers. Well, now let's see the points. Tulsi Gabbard F-16 fighter planes can travel the flying distance of 10,000 kilometers in 10,000 hours. Now let's check out the points. What is 1 hour? That is 36 multiplied by 10 square second. Here, what is 10,000 hours? That is 36 multiplied by 10 to the power 6 seconds. Well, yes. And here we can say what is kinetic powers of Tulsi Gabbard F-16 fighter planes equations. That is half of weight of uh, Tulsi Gabbard F-16 fighter planes multiplied by distance squared divided by flying time cube. Okay. Now here we can see, we know that flying distance square is 10 to the power 14 meter square. And now let's check at the ones. What is flying time cube? That is 36 cube multiplied by 10 to the power 6 cube second cube. Now here is my observations. What is here is my observation. What is 10 to the power 6 cube? That is 10 to the power 18. Now we can say the points. What is multiplication between 10 to the power 14 and 10 to the power 5? That is 10 to the power 19. Now what is the division of 10 to the power 19 by 10 to the power 18? That is 10. Well, let's check it the points. What is 36 cube? That is 6 to the power 6. And here we can mention that what is the points of calculation of kinetic power of Tulsi Gabbard F-16 fighter planes. That is 10 divided by 6 to the power 6. And the result is 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatts. Okay. Now here is the points. What is here we can see the let's talk about the kinetic powers. When John Radcliffe was CIA Misogynist director in December 25th, 2020, he contains F-16 plane containing the kinetic powers of 10 trillion megawatt when the flying distance is 10,000 kilometers. And at the same flying distance, now Tulsi Gabbard contains the kinetic F-16 fighter plane with the kinetic powers of 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatts. And what is here is the disadvantage for CIA agents. And what is the disadvantage? Here I can mention the points. Disadvantage is significance at the moment. Now here we can talk that the disadvantage is CIA agent now contains the difficulty to attack on Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei, and it is the advantage for now kinetic powers of Tulsi Gabbard F-16 fighter plane is now advantage for Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei because Ali Khamenei contains the proper preparation to conduct a terrorist attack on United States of America, where John Radcliffe containing F-16 in fighter plane kinetic powers was disadvantage for Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei because Ali Khamenei could contains no preparation time to escape from John Radcliffe, the CIA misogynist agent. And that is the point. Now, here is the definition of feminism I can mention. What is the definition of feminism? When here flying distance is 10,000 kilometers and F-16 fighter plane half of weight is 10 to the power 5 kilograms, The accordance with definition of feminism, the feminism is ideology to hate the particular gender to be CIA agent containing F-16 fighter plane with kinetic power of 10 trillion megawatts to eliminate Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei, where the same feminism is the ideology to respect the particular gender to be CIA agent containing F-16 fighter plane with kinetic powers of 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatt. Now let's see the points. And here we can say the difference. When John Radcliffe was CIA misogynist director, he when John Radcliffe was CIA misogynist director, his F-16 fighter planes contains kinetic powers of 10 trillion megawatts. But when at the March 1st, 2026, Tulsi Gabbard became CIA toxic feminist director, her F-16 fighter planes contains kinetic powers of 2.16 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatt. Where is 10 trillion megawatt and where is 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatt? That is the significant disadvantage for United States of America, but at the same time, that is the significant advantage for Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Okay, and now here I can mention here I have mentioned the kinetic powers, but now here I can mention the points of the fuel. When here we can see when John Radcliffe is CIA misogynist director, well, his fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 million 666,000 666 degrees Celsius. Okay, now let's check it. What about the Tulsi Gabbard? Okay, now when Tulsi Gabbard became CIA toxic feminist directors, well, her fuel is petrol. Okay, now here we can see the significant discussions, and now here the necessary fuel weight is necessary fuel or weight of John Radcliffe F-16 fighter plane is 9.95 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,640 picograms. And here we can say, I think here we I contains the miscalculations, not miscalculations, but it is just misspellings. Well, okay. Now my spelling is clear at the points. Okay. Well, but now when Tulsi Gabbard contains petrol for F-16 plane as a fuel systems, it needs 102 liters of petrol. Okay. Now here we can see that how I can. Well. Now it is my points that how I can calculate the necessary fuel weights. Okay. Well, it does not matter if the CIA director is John Radcliffe or Tulsi Gabbard. Here, every time here for engine capability is what is the engine capability? The equation of engine capability is kinetic energy divided by bracket of uh, fuel weights multiplied by specific heat of fuel multiplied by temperature of fuel. Okay. Now here we can see that points. Now let's talk about the point. When John Radcliffe is okay. Now let's talk about the points on March 25, 2020, where John Radcliffe is the misogynist director of CIA. In this point, F-16 fighter plane contains the fuel system to be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,000,000, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. Now here we can see the points. Well, velocity is 10,000 kilometers per second, where flying distance is 10,000 kilometers and the flying time is 1 second. Now, here the point to be noted, Milord, here we can see the equations of fuel weight is, I apologize, the kinetic, the engine capability equation is kinetic powers equal to bracket of weight of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,000,000, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius multiplied by specific heat multiplied by temperature bracketed close. Now, here fuel is, now we know the kinetic power in the points is, when the travel time is 1 second, kinetic power is kinetic energy. When it is about the John Radcliffe F-16 fighter planes. Okay. Now here we can see the equation. What is the kinetic power? That is 10 to the power 19. Because it is 10 trillion megawatts. Well, what is the engine capability? The engine capability is 98%. We know the specific heat is 15,408 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Because fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,000,000, 666,000, 666 degrees Celsius. And we have mentioned the temperatures. But the point is, what is unknown? The unknown is necessary fuel weights. Now hence the equations is equation of necessary fuel weight is kinetic power divided by bracket of engine capability multiplied by specific heat multiplied by temperature bracket close. Now here we can calculate that 10 to the power 19 divided by bracket of 98% multiplied by 15,408 multiplied by 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,000,000, 666,000, 666 double bracket close. And here we can see the points. Hence, Here the answer of necessary fuel weight is 9.95 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,666,640 picograms. That is the lighter than 1 picograms. Okay, it is the points of John Radcliffe. But when we can see the Tulsi Gabbard to be CIA toxic feminist director in March 21st, 2026. Here is the significant moments. CIA toxic feminist director contents F-16 fighter planes. Kinetic power is 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatts. Because here we can talk about that flying distance is 10,000 kilometers and the flying timing is 2 hours, 3 months, 11 days, 4. I apologize. Flying timing is 2 years, 3 months, 11 days, 4 hours. Okay, that means 10,000 hours. Well, here is the points. What is the engine capabilities equation? That is, well, half of weight of Tulsi Gabbard F-16 fighter plane multiplied by distance square enter divided by bracket of flying time square multiplied by weight of petrol multiplied by specific heat of petrol multiplied by temperature of petrols. And what is weight of petrols? Weight of petrol is density of petrols multiplied by volume of petrols. And now we know the density of petrol is 0.7778 kilogram per liter. We know the engine capability is 98%. We know the multiplications between, okay, here we know the multiplication between half of weight of F-16 fighter planes and flying distance squared is 10 to the power 19. And what about the points? We know the travel time square is 36 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square. Okay, we know that specific heat of petrol is 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. We know the temperature difference of petrol is 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, and now here is the significant moments. What is the points of the problems? The problem is we could not know the value of the volume of petrols. And now here is the significant moments at the significant journey at the points. Okay, the equations of fuel volume is here. We half of weight of F-16 fighter planes multiplied by flying distance square enter divided by bracket of travel time square multiplied by engine capability multiplied by density of petrols multiplied by specific heat of petrols multiplied by temperature difference. Yes. And now here the calculations becomes, here we can see Well, when we can calculate here 10 to the power 19 enter divided by bracket of 36 square multiplied by 10 to the power 6 square multiplied by 0.98 multiplied by 0.7778 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 50 bracket close. Here ultimately we can see 16 square is 6 to the power 4 and what is 10 to the power 6 square, that is 10 to the power 12. The divisions of 10 to the power 19 by 10 to the power 12 is 10 to the power 7. And 2 multiplied by 50 is 100 and 0.98 multiplied by 100 is 98. Hence, we can see the observations, the calculations became 10 to the power 7 divided by bracket of 6 to the power 4 multiplied by 98 multiplied by 0.7778 bracket close. Hence, we can see that is 102 liters of petrol. Well, here we can mention that what is the definition of feminism accordance with necessary fuel words in the perception of fuel system. Okay. Feminism is an ideology to hate a particular gender, to be CIA agent containing F-16 fighter planes where fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius, where the flying time, when the flying time is, where the flying distance is 10,000 kilometers, flying time is 1 second, necessary fuel weight is 9.95 multiplied by 10 to the power negative, triple 6,666,640 picograms of the artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius. At the same time, feminism is the ideology to love and respect the particular gender, to be CIA agent containing F-16 fighter plane where fuel system is petrols and where flying distance is 10,000 kilometers, flying time would be 2 years, 3 months, 11 days, 4 hours. Here necessary fuel volume is 102 liters petrol. Now here is the points. Now let's see the difference of the John Radcliffe and Tulsi Gabbard. When John Radcliffe is CIA Misogynist director, his F-16 fighter contains the fuel system as artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. But when Tulsi Gabbard became the CIA toxic feminist director in March 1st, 2026, her fuel system is petrol. Where is artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius, and where is petrols? It is the significant disadvantage for United States of America, but at the same time it is the significant advantage only for Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Now here we can see we have mentioned the definition of feminism accordance with velocity of F-16 fighter planes, flying timing of F-16 fighter planes, kinetic powers of F-16 fighter planes, and necessary fuel weights of F-16 fighter planes. And now, here I forgot to mention the main parts here that is necessary to protect United States of America in the war between United States of America versus Iranian terrorist Ali Khamenei. Okay, and here we can see. Now let's check at the points. Well. Here we can see that is significant moments at the points. Here, when John Radcliffe is CIA misogynist director in the war between United States of America versus Iranian terrorists, John Radcliffe contains an sonic earthquake weapons that create the earthquake with the magnitude of 666,666. And now let's talk about the points at the significant moments. Well, when Tulsi Gabbard became CIA Toxic Feminist Director in March 1st, 2026, her sonic earthquake weapon contains the capability to create earthquake with the magnitude of 9. Okay. Now Now let's see. Where is the earthquake magnitude of 666,666 and where is earthquake magnitude of 9? It is the significant disadvantage for United States military. Okay. Now here I can mention that what is the significant points. Okay, sonic earthquake energy is here we can see the points. Now let's say what is sonic earthquake equation of earthquake energy. We know the earthquake magnitude. What is the earthquake energy equation? That is 10 to the power bracket of 1.5 multiplied by earthquake magnitude. Okay. So, accordance with December 25th, 2020, where John Radcliffe was CIA misogynist director. Now, here we can say what is the earthquake. Sonic earthquake energy equation is 10 to the power bracket of 1.5 multiplied by sonic earthquake magnitude. Here sonic earthquake magnitude was 666,666. Here sonic earthquake energy is Here sonic earthquake energy is, here we can see 10 to the power 999,999. Okay. Now here we go. But on the other hand, when we can see the points, when Tulsi Gabbard becomes the CIA toxic feminist directors, here equation of earthquake energy is same, but hence since here earthquake magnitude is 9 in lieu of 666,666, hence here we can notify that earthquake energy is 10 to the power 1.5 10 to the power bracket of 1.5 multiplied by 9. And what is 10 to the power 1 point? What is the points? That is 10 to the power 13.5. And what is 10 to the power 13.5? That is 32 multiplied by 10 to the power 12. It is the significant moments as we could see. Okay. Well, now let's talk about the significant points. What is the earthquake wavelength? Here, earthquake wavelength is equation is lambda. What is the earthquake wavelength equation? That is Planck constant multiplied by sonic sound velocity enter divided by earthquake energy. Okay. Now here is the significant points when John Radcliffe was CIA misogynist director in December 25th, 2020. Here, what was the wavelength of earthquake, where earthquake magnitude is 666,666. Now let's see. We know that Planck constant is 6.673 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 34. And what is the sonic sound velocity? That is 350 meter per second. Well, now let's see the points. What is here 10,000? What is earthquake energy when earthquake magnitude is 666,666? That is 10 to the power 999,999. Well, the here calculation of earthquake wavelength is 6.673 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 34 multiplied by enter multiplied by 350 enter divided by 10 to the power 999,999. And here the calculations becomes bracket of 6.673 multiplied by 350 bracket close enter divided by 10 to the power 1,033,000. And here wavelength becomes 2.34 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1,030 meters. If and only if John Radcliffe is the director of CIA to be misogynist director in December 25th, 2020. But now, here we can see Tulsi Gabbard as CIA toxic feminist director in March 1st, 2026. Okay. Now here we can see the points just for wait and watch. And here I would open the points. Okay. And here we can see the when Tulsi Gabbard became CIA toxic feminist director in March 1st, 2026, we can calculate the earthquake wavelength is here 73.86 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 12 meters. Because under the commands of Tulsi Gabbard, that CIA toxic feminist in March 1st, 2026, here the problem is sonic earthquake weapons could generate the earthquake magnitude at the 9. And here the earthquake energy is 31.423 multiplied by 10 to the power 12. And here we can see the earthquake wavelength becomes 733.86 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 12. Here, that is the significant moments. Now, here we can see the what is definition of feminism as the earthquake magnitude in the perception of sonic earthquake weapons. Okay, earthquake feminism is the ideology to hate a gender with to be CIA agent who can protect the sovereignty of United States of America to operate the sonic earthquake weapons, hence that enemy countries can get the artificial earthquake with the magnitude of 666,666. At the same time, feminism loves is the ideology to love the particular gender to be CIA agent who can operate artificial earthquake weapon on enemy country to protect her sovereignty of United States of America, where enemy country of United States of America contains the earthquake with maximum magnitude of 9. Well, now here is the point, the clear cut we can say feminism is the anti-nationals as the clear cut ideology. Okay. Well, and here we can see misogyny is opposite. Well, now here I have mentioned the points. NabySinha asked if feminism hates men, because according with the video of NabySinha expressed that she does not believe that feminism hates men. While the clear cut we can say the feminism is the ideology to hate the particular gender who can protect the sovereignty of United States of America as the professions of CIA agent with the highest performance, where the war is between United States of America versus Iranian terrorists. Okay. Okay. And now here we can see what is the misogyny. Misogyny is just opposite of feminism. Misogyny is just to respect the CIA agent who can protect United States of America with his highest performance when the war is between United States of America versus Iranian terrorists. And in these times, in the spirit of the war between United States of America versus Iranian terrorists, well, just for wait and watch. Feminism, when feminism hits the velocity, when feminism hits the F-16 fighter planes with the velocity of 10,000 km per second, misogyny supports the velocity of F-16 fighter planes to be 10 to the power 4 km per second. 10,000 km per second. Misogyny hit F-16 fighter planes with the velocity of 1 km per hour. Feminism support F-16 fighter planes with the velocity of 1 km per hour. Okay. Misogyny supports the fuel system of F-16 fighter plane to be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666,666,666 degrees Celsius. Feminism supports fuel systems as a petrol. And now, here is the significant point. NabySinha believes that misogyny is hate. But what we can experiment on the misogyny? Misogyny supports velocity of F-16 fighter plane to be 10,000 km per second. Accordance with NabySinha, misogyny is hate to and origins of abuse and crimes. That means, accordance with NabySinha, velocity of accordance with NabySinha, velocity of F-16 fighter plane to be 10,000 km per second is origin of abuse and crime accordance with NabySinha. Now, here we could see that NabySinha contains lack of common sense in the discussion of misogyny. Okay. Now my question is, if F-16 fighter planes with the velocity of 10,000 km per second can conduct rape or murder or bank robbery? I don't think so. But here I can believe that when the velocity of F-16 fighter planes is 1 km per hour, hertz. On the other hand, we can see Iranian terrorist Sukhoi 37 would contains the velocity of 10,000 km per hour. And in this times, Iranian women can rape the United States man. Iranian women can commit the murder of United States innocent man. Iranian terrorist women can rob 850 billion United States dollars, where 850 billion United States dollar is the net worth of Elon Musk has. But accordance with NabySinha, but accordance with NabySinha, means F-16 fighter planes containing 10,000 kilometers per second is hate and origin of abuse and crimes according with NabySinha. But what is the common sense of NabySinha we could not find? Here I believe that NabySinha is just a commonless. Now let's talk about the points. Well, when F-16 fighter planes would contain kinetic powers of 2.15 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 1 milliwatts, well, Iranian terrorists can conduct rape of American women, murder American men, murder of American men, and Iranian terrorists can loot 850 billion United States dollars, the entire net worth of Elon Musk. But according with NabySinha, uh, huh? Kinetic powers of F-16 fighter planes to be 10 trillion megawatts is the origin of abuse and crime according with NabySinha. And now, here is my point. What is the source of common sense of NabySinha? I could not find that. Well, NabySinha is a Dubai boy downstairs. He could see that what is the definition of feminism and what is the definition of misogyny. Well, she mispronounced the definition of feminism, where I contains the proper pronouns of the definition of feminism, where definition is I will guess where definition of feminism is the anti-national uh, for United States of America in the topic of the war between United States of America versus Iranian terrorists. And now I think I would say the next live stream I would talk about the what is the definition of feminism accordance with Elon Musk. I would mention that. See you then. Khodafez. Love you.